Okay, good morning, guys, people. So, me and my homeboy talking about marriage. Like, what would you tell your daughter? Who would you tell your daughter to bring home? And I had to tell him, like, at this point, I don't even really know about marriage. Like, I know it's people out here would think the same thing as me because I have met my reflection over and over at least 3 times since I've been divorced or whatnot. And we all been robbed by our spouse. So the 3 characters that we were talking about was the character that want to do everything together with the other character. Yeah, you put something to the side in the stash or whatnot, but we both know about the stash. That's just for rainy days. Then one of the characters is, yeah, you put something down to the side for a rainy day, but you also stash another stash away that your spouse don't know. I'm like, that's stealing. Then the other side, the other character is, you put something away, both of y'all put something away, and nobody knows what the other person have. So marriage is just hectic. My dream spouse is, I don't want to have to lie to you. Because I feel like that's stealing if you don't know what each other have or whatnot. You should be able to put stuff to the side and do what you need to do together. Because my dream spouse, I want to do businesses with them. Because I really want generational wealth. I want to do businesses with them. I want my kids to take over the businesses, and I want their kids to take over the business or whatnot. I want to be that ancestor that did great things in years to come or whatnot. So, in my head, I need that spouse that is not going to lie, steal, or hide anything from their spouse because they trust me or I trust them or whatnot. And I told him that's what I would tell my daughter, to bring somebody home that is trustworthy. He said, I would tell her, you better bring a square home and this and that. I'm like, no, I want her spouse to be able to live a little bit. And I want her to be able to live a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with not living a little bit, but at least live a little bit, if you know what I mean, or whatnot. You don't want to be sitting here 30, 50 years old like, oh my God, there's so much out here in the world that I didn't do or whatnot. So even if you do get a spouse that one of y'all haven't lived, just know at a point of time, y'all better have been doing what you need to do so you can go live a little bit. Then I told him, he was like, my daughter's spouse need to have a good job. I said, what if I say, I don't want my daughter's spouse to have no job, but I want my daughter's spouse to have a spouse that is a entrepreneur and know how to go out there and get it or whatnot. He was like, so you don't want to have no education, nothing like that? I said, well, my granddad, he had to drop out of school. His mama died when he had him. His daddy had several kids everywhere. So his daddy was a Rolling Stone. He had a 6th grade education, but he had hustle. He had ambition. My grandma didn't have to work anywhere, and by the end of it, he had more than all his other family members or whatnot. And he left a legacy of houses for my my family to live in or whatnot, his kids and grandkids to live in or whatnot. And he had no education, so I can't say you have to have education to talk to my daughter, but I'm gonna need you to have an entrepreneur spirit. I'm gonna need you just to be an entrepreneur and know how to get it, because you can have an education or whatnot, saying you went to school, you did everything society told you to do, and you have the wonderful good job. Now they fire you. Now, what do you have now? So I'm gonna need you to have an entrepreneur spirit about you or whatnot. I'm gonna need you to know how to take lemons and turn it. I'm gonna need you to learn how to take limes and turn them to lemons, okay, or whatnot. So we was just in here debating about what will I want for my daughter's spouse or whatnot, and I had to make it. He had his opinion, and I had to make it known. Like, it's no really right or wrong answer, but this is what I would want at the moment of my life. That is what I would want for my daughter. And yes, I'm gonna give my daughter a wonderful life or whatnot. I had a wonderful childhood, but my mom, she had a good, gentle soul. She loved a lot of people that did her wrong or whatnot. Now I feel like they kind of messed her up a little bit, but she still had that loving, gentle soul. But it's gonna be hard for her to believe in somebody else or whatnot. So she taught me to have that loving, gentle soul, and now it's kind of hard for me to believe in other people. But make a long story short, I really don't even care about being married ever again in my life. I love being free. I don't want to wake up and have to worry about pleasing somebody else or whatnot. It's gonna take, my dream spouse is gonna have to be able to take me as I am, where all my thoughts will come up in my head and all my emotions and me just being me, you know. So a lot of men will come in my life, they just wind up being my best friends anyway or whatnot. Like, they can go get somebody else to do that, want their approval, you know. Because I don't want nobody approval, and I don't want nobody approval, and I don't want to have to approve them, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's life at this moment. I don't want my daughter to pick a down-to-earth entrepreneur guy. Like, I don't want her to have a square. He want his daughter to have a square. I don't want no square for my daughter. I ain't saying you had to go rob, kill, or steal anybody, but I'm gonna need you to live life a little bit, just a little bit. And then I kind of probably want my daughter to be with somebody a year older or two, a tad bit, but not a rapist. Yeah. But thank you for listening.